What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Deconstructing Podcast. Woo, let's get it. It's been a while that I do a podcast, but my peoples, my brothers and sisters, let me tell you, I think this past month was like the first. I'm gonna say that it was the first weekend where I spent it not being sick or feeling sick or something to that effect. For some reason, I had whatever the what I call it, the forever virus that hit me like somewhere mid January, and there'll be days that I'll be good. There was a week I wasn't doing good, but I'm here and I'm back and I'm 100 doing a little so-called impromptu episode here. And sometimes I say impromptu because it's the time frame of when I do it, but doesn't mean mentally that I wasn't ready. You know what I mean? Because there's so much going on, so much going on. I kept on telling people, and I always said, and if you heard my previous podcast, well, first and foremost, feel free to share, like, comment. All the links are in my description with all that good information. Go to my podcast. Feel free to share because, 2024, it's definitely going to be a great year. Got a great feeling about that one. It's definitely going to be a great year. So much going on, so much to talk about. So I decided let me do a little impromptu podcast so I could just give you a heads up on what's going on with my life, what's going on with the podcast, and what's going on and all in between. It's a little bit, there's a lot of topics that I want to discuss. That's why my podcast is called DContructingTopics, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about so much when it comes to I cannot say philosophy, politics, life, and all in between. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of information, a lot of misinformation out there. And I'm that type of dude that I just gather and make sure that you got the right information. And don't let the system and these politicians and these parties and whatever's going on dictate how you think. You're a free thinker. And like I told people, you don't need to go out there and, especially for the presidential election that is a couple of months away, you don't have to go in there and say, oh, I'm going to vote because I don't want the other person in. Let me tell you something. In my opinion, the United States presidential position has been confiscated, meaning that it's confiscated by the military, and that's just my opinion. That's the way I see it. I mean, we could talk here all day, all night. It don't matter. I take what Brother Malcolm X said. There's no such thing as Democrats, Republicans. It's just different factions. And right now, there's so much going on when it comes to politics. And I tell people, unplug yourself, man. Unplug yourself. These are the same people that want you to go and put so much energy on hating Trump and all this nonsense. And I say to myself, unplug yourself, because you're going to forget who you are. And you're not going to have that energy. You're not going to have that time to talk about and how it could be better ourselves. And that's what I'm here for. And again, I will be talking about those stuff, but that's for you to be educated. I'm full of wisdom. I'm full of a lot of knowledge. That's what I always been told. And I said, you know what? Let me share that. Without further ado, the other day, was it like about a week ago or so? One of my brothers in arms was running for local Congress. Hey, listen, when it comes to politics and local and voting, that's more relevant than to say United States president. So I don't want, when I say don't vote or be careful voting, I throw that when it comes to the United States presidential elections, because I always find that iffy. But locally, it's very important because there's a lot of things that could go going on. So one of my brothers in arms, little brother, he's running for office, Congress, New York 15, District 15 here in the Bronx. And I reached out to him, Jose Vega, shout out to him. I reached out to him the other day and I congratulated him, where he was like, yo, I'm running for office, so on and so forth. And I reached out to him, I said, congrats. And I told him, and I'm going to tell you, hear this out, peoples, because this is the news that is worth, I can't say $1,000,000, but it's worth the infinite wisdom that you could have. And I reached out and I told him, hey, listen, I've been thinking about running for mayor of New York City. And his reply was like, "Hey, yo, let me know, let me know, talk to me. We could do stuff together." And I'm like, wow. And it's funny because I was very sick, that forever virus that's going on, and for some reason it hit me like, wow, okay. I just want to tell people because there's a lot of people that I never told this about. I mean, I probably a selective few. I always had political aspirations, and you might say, well, David, doesn't that contradict? Again, I'm more of leery about the United States presidential elections and so on than local, because I think that local is more important than nation. Nation is just whatever. It's just a shit show. But sometimes locally is, and what's going on in New York City, it's like, well, wait a minute. It's not just a shit show. It's a fucking theater. Excuse my language. And one thing I noticed about New York City, and I love New York City, is that New York City is never run by actual citizens or the common people. They always have ties to something, something. The mayor now, Eric Adams, was a former cop, and he was how can I say, a bodyguard for Al Sharpton. For those who are not familiar with Al Sharpton, that's a whole different conversation. But the guy was living in the Trump Towers too. We could go on and on and on. And I say, at the end of the day, we're forgetting about the people that's living here. We're forgetting about, there's so much smart people. That's for every, I always tell people, for every me, David, there's about hundreds of us who fall into the cracks and can just never get out. You're surrounded by certain circumstances. You don't have mentors. And this is where I come in, and I said to myself, sometimes we have to, in a way, how can we find those people that don't fall to the crack? What can we create? What kind of program, system that we create to help those that don't fall into the cracks? And just do, knucklehead stuff, commit a crime, and so on and so forth. So, I reach out to him and I say, hey, we making it happen. So, I'm not saying now I'm like telling people, yeah, I'm running for mayor of New York City. Let's go. Well, I'm telling you, it's on my mind, definitely. The elections will be next year in 2025. So it's definitely on my mind. It's something that I always been wanting to do since I was little. So, and it's not just because of something where I just want to do. I just love helping people. And the other day, how can I say, I'm going to do this interesting podcast because that's one of the reasons I'm doing this as well, because there's so much things to talk about. And I remember I asked a couple of people, because as a matter of fact, on my previous 2 episodes before, I was talking about there's a dark cloud over my head, and I was discussing about wanting to perhaps, run for office, local office, whatever, but I just got to, how can I say, a dark cloud that's over my head. And so people reach out to me and they were like, yo, I'm there for you, brother. You're an inspiration. Got one of my gym brother. He sees me and, man, you're an inspiration to me. The other day I got a brother in arms at work. We were talking and, he reached out to me. He was like, I admire your perseverance. And I'm like, it makes me think. And I'm like, went around and asking people, if you have one word to describe me, what would it be? And I hear inspiration, wisdom, things to that effect. A lot of people was like, yo, bro, you just something different. But I said to myself, hey, listen, I get it. I mean, I'm just saying that what would be that one word that would describe you? People said definitive, wise, resilient, commonsensical, things like that. And I'm gonna work on a podcast where I'm gonna talk about this. I want people that I want grab your closest friends and family, whoever you feel that you're close to, and ask them that question. Hey, listen, can you give me one word that would describe me? And if people really know you, they will know that word. Now, keep in mind, I'm not gonna put anybody in the spotlight. I told people, hey, listen, if you don't have an answer, give it to me later. Just because sometimes people might say, damn, that's a little hard one. Not saying that I don't have an answer for you. I'm just saying that sometimes perhaps there's a word that I could think of that would best describe you. So that's where I was at. And I'm like, you know what? Woo, we need to make it happen. Let's go. Let's go. And we need to make it happen. And I said to myself, you know what? It'll be a disservice to people if I just sit here and talk. I want to spread my knowledge, my wisdom that I've learned, the things that I've the experience. So one of the things I'm going to be talking about, it's a little bit of everything, a little bit of my life, a little bit of other people's life, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Woo, woo, woo. A little bit of all. Let's get it. That's why I did this impromptu podcast, just to let you guys know where I'm at. I'm going to say that physically, I'm at 95%. I still got a little, runny nose at the moment, but that's just in and out. Could be allergies, could be something. Who knows? But definitely feeling better. In terms of mentally, I'm the first one to say that there's times that I little struggle because there's stuff in my mind, things that I've experienced, things that happen to me, and sometimes I ask myself this question: Am I capable? Am I capable? And I always say that when I'm on my best, when I feel that I'm on my best, I feel invincible. Like I could do anything and everything. You name it, I could do it. Because when I feel invincible, the thought of helping people, sometimes I'm just this walking, how can I say, relic where it just, once I start opening my mouth, I'm very chatty sometimes, to be honest with you. When I'm in the training, if I start talking with somebody, or wherever, sometimes I go to a restaurant or something, and we having a nice conversation, and I see that I said something, and if you're a waitress, whatever it is, if you just, whatever, the cook, whatever it is, and I see that your eyes lit up, like, oh shit, I never thought about it. Oh, we talking. I'm chatty, like, da 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 da. But I like to install my knowledge into people. I like to educate people. I like to feel like when I'm saving your mind, I'm saving a life. You know what I'm saying? And that's why where I'm doing this podcast. I'm doing so much. I still have a 9-to-5 job, quote unquote 9-to-5. I don't get paid by the hour, so I'm a salary worker. So basically, just that 9-to-5. But I love my job. So it's a little bit difficult. And I love the people that I work with, that are around. So it's a little bit difficult to try to get time, because sometimes once I'm done helping whoever I'm helping, I come here and I just want to relax and fall asleep. Where I should be doing a little bit more research. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. The weekend, I'm trying to find a balance. So, when it comes to that mental, trying to address the mental, I'm trying to address this spiritually. I'm trying to find that balance in my life. I want to do a little bit of everything. And a lot of times, to be honest with you, there's things that I do that comes out of my pocket. There's people that have reached out to me and helped or gave donations, whatever, by all means. Hey, but, I'm trying to, in one way, become the person I know I could become. Live a balanced life. Take care of family issues. Take care of other issues. Do this, it's a little bit of everything. I'm like all over the place. But I definitely need to fix myself because, again, I know who I could be. And if I become who I can be, trust me. There's a lot of people, my young brother who's running for office in the Bronx, Jose Vega. There's a lot of people like him running independent, running as a free thinker. Because we need to know, and he knows, and I know, and a lot of people know that we need to make changes. But making changes doesn't mean that you're going to go back and put power to the same people in the establishment. Doesn't mean that. There's a lot of people out there that just been unplugging themselves. If you think that politics is not for you, by all means, hey, amen, but do something positive for yourself and for those people around you, because only us can take care of each other. If I look at the people, the elite, all those people, the Trump, the Clinton, the Gates, Oprah, all these people living in America, or whatever the case might be, they all look the same. They all have that same talk, and yet they make money off our division. They make money off our division. They make money off our division, and they make money off our misery. So we need to stop with that. So sending you the positive vibe out there once again. Uh, I'm in a mission to become who I want to become. More podcasts are going to be coming. More stuff is going to be coming. There's so much that's going to be coming. And I just feel good because I said to myself, 2024 is going to be the greatest year ever. 2023 was a great year. 2020, even if I don't have a good year, I still have a great year. Because I'm here to tell a story. I'm alive. But just because I'm here to tell a story doesn't mean that I don't want to create a new one or I don't want to create something. I definitely want to create something big, something huge, something marvelous. Because we making it happen. Much love out there. If I miss anything, I'll probably drop another impromptu podcast. But just showing the love. The love to my people out there, my brothers and sisters, and those people all in between. Let's make it happen. Listen to my podcast because the revolution is about to start. And when you listen to my voice, when you start seeing me on my socials, when you see me on the street, when you hear me talk, when people are going to be like, yeah, you my mayor. I want you to be my mayor. You, are going to do great. I said to myself, don't think about me. Think about you. Because when you vote, let's say if I do decide to run for mayor, when you vote for me, don't think that you're voting for me. You're voting for yourself. You're voting for a better self. But we make it happen. Much love out there. Because I'm out of here. Because I'm out. Peace. Much love. I'm out.